Hey, let's start again. What do you think? Roll it back.
Go.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answer Man. I am Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze. I have with me, next to me, Robert Queso McCall. Queso. And Eric Truth Hall of Fame McCabe. He is in his man cave with his Truth Hall of Fame behind him. That's not all your truths, right? That's just fancier ones?
No, that's not even close.
Not even close, okay.
That's not, yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to see a little, go.
Custom stamped or something special to them. But there's more.
Gotcha.
You'll find out someday.
So Eric is at his house. Of course, we're practicing social distancing with our recording of Disc Golf Answer Man. If you're new here, me and Robert actually live in the same house. I live in the basement of the McCalls, and so we are already corona'd together, I guess you'd say. Yeah, we're talking about Eric McCabe's Truth. You said, Eric, here in a little bit, you're going to do kind of a video to kind of show off your collection, yeah?
Yep. Right on my YouTube page, I'm going to just go through all my discs. Kind of more of the more memorable ones, maybe not necessarily a bunch of backups, but I've got that. I've got a couple really cool baskets to show you. And then just all my old signature discs. I figured why not? Now's the perfect time to do it, and I want to put some more content out, so look for that video to drop here in, I don't know, a week or two.
Yeah, and then it looks like I noticed today, I got a notification, I think it was today, or at least I saw it on my YouTube, you did a juniors only round. I think it was at Hammond Park?
It was at Hammond Park. I filmed it a while back, and there were some audio issues with it, and I went ahead and said, you know what, I'm going to put it out anyway, so I redid the intro and outro. But it was fun. It was so much fun throwing those discs. I've been wanting to do that video for so long now, and finally just said, you know what, I'm going to do it. Let's do it. So I put it out. It's out there this morning, so go check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Very cool. All right, well, we are in our fourth week of doing Disc Golf Answer Man from the house, so there obviously isn't going to be disc golf play to talk about. We're still working from home, doing our thing here. We're still trying to stay active. Now, I've gone on some runs and walks, and I know, Robert, you've gone out to try to stay active, so you're getting out of the house and things like that. So we're trying to do our best to make sure that we're not going a little crazy here during this time. Hopefully you are able to do some stuff where you're at to stay a little active. This is getting kind of serious. I actually have a friend that I've been talking to a little bit here and there. She told me that she has 2 people that she knows that were positive for COVID-19.
Dang.
One of them is a little older, and so they're a little worried about that person. They're not sure where they got it. None of them traveled. None of them can think back to where any of their friends or coworkers traveled, but they definitely tested positive. So this is a serious thing, guys, so make sure you take it serious and stay safe and things like that. All right, what do you guys say we just hop into the questions, get into the Disc Golf Answer Man?
Let's hop into the questions. But before we do that, will you share out the stream? We got to get some more people in here. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
What else do you have to do?
Come on now.
All
right, so the first one comes from Jammer. Why I silenced the J. They usually don't do that in Minneapolis, where
it might be a soft J.
So, anyway, it's about the Lucid Emac Truth. So we have the perfect person to answer. I recently purchased a used Lucid Emac Truth that has a Oakley stamp on it. Just wondering if there's a story behind that.
Nope, no stories.
No stories.
I'm assuming it's just the Emac Truth isn't only available through me. It's not only my disc. It's something that you can order through our custom hot stamping. So I'm assuming it's probably just one of the stamps that Oakley had run to promote Whale Pants or promote his tour.
Yeah.
And I know he's a big proponent of the Emac Truth. He throws it, and I know he would want to get a few of those to have in his collection, his bag, and to sell as well. So I'm assuming it's probably just a custom stamp that Oakley had made. And, yeah, if you find another one, support him, buy him.
Excellent. Next one is from Jared Tucker. This is for Emac again. What is the best way to convince...
It might be Yared.
It could be Yared. Yuck. I'll just silence every first letter. What is the best way to convince city officials to hire Emac to design a course? I've moved from Kansas, and disc golf isn't nearly as big, but it's growing, and I believe an 8-tier course would help grow the sport even more. Plus, I miss Kansas disc golf. Emac and Scott Reek do some amazing work.
Appreciate that, Yared. What I would recommend is shooting me an email. I think we had this similar question a few weeks back, and they were just looking for ways to encourage the city to want to put in a course or hire a professional to come out and design the course. Well, I've got a lot of information that I can send you to provide to them, or I'd be happy to talk to the city myself as well if you want to get us connected somehow. But best way to do it is email me, and I will take care of it. McCabe@dynamicdiscs.com is my email. Shoot me an email, and we'll start from there.
There you go. All right, Robert, looks like we got a super chat.
Yeah, super chat coming in from Derek Fretwell, $5. He says, I've been having issues with my putt 15 feet and in, usually hitting band. Any tips? Thanks to Gam Fam.
Don't hit the band.
You're going to want to aim for the chains. This is counterintuitive.
Right.
No, something that I think that I've noticed that I do when I'm not committing is that I'll kind of just like, instead of following through all the way, just kind of like pop my fingers or kind of finish really quickly with my hand up in the air. And I think that causes more of those putts to rise and hit the band. I think a more full follow through, even though I feel like it's a little bit counterintuitive, might help you to make more of those. I find when I'm not committing well, it's usually not because I'm missing low, I guess it can be missing low or missing high right because I'm kind of scared of it. So I cut off my follow through early. So that might be something to consider. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Another great piece of advice, even if you're missing high, one thing I know is make sure you have your head up. Keep your head up. I know a lot of times if you're missing low, it's because your chin is down and you're not getting the full extension follow through. A lot can be said about that with missing high as well. So you want to make sure you're on the same level plane and just make sure your head is up and following through. If you have to extend even more, do so.
Excellent. Next one comes from Patrick. This is about playing in the right division. Hey, crew, I was about to enter my first tournament this year, but it turns out COVID-19 had other plans. I originally had signed up for my first tournament under rec, but a recent run-in with a player who plays intermediate said I was beyond that level. I don't want to sandbag rec, but my first tourney in intermediate with seasoned players who might find my lack of tournament experience painful sounds bad too. I know this is my choice, but your thoughts might help me make the call now. Keep it real. What do you think?
I'd say don't base your entire tournament strategy or where you're going to play just off of what one person thinks about your game. I think if you wanted to sign up for rec and you feel like that's a good place for you to start, go ahead and sign up. And if you win by 10 and people are like, oh, sandbagger, you're such a bagger, you'd be like, dude, it was my first tournament. I don't know. But then your rating after that, your rating will probably dictate that you'd have to move up. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's anything wrong with starting your first tournament in rec, even if somebody says you're way beyond that.
Yeah, definitely not your first tournament.
It sounds like your friend also plays rec and is afraid you're going to beat him.
Oh,
dang.
Roasted. All right, next one comes from our dear friend who's watching right now, Yelty. Is it Yelty or Yelt?
Yelta.
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 Is there a disc in the Trilogy lineup that you have not tried on purpose? What disc mold was it, and why did you not try it? Maybe you decided this on feel, under, or over stability, or even your bag was set. Please let us know. Greetings from the Netherlands.
Just because Eric Oakley is calling me, I'm going to say I haven't tried the Felon, and I'm not ever going to.
Yeah.
So there, Eric. No, I think I've tried every mold that we have. I've thrown at least everyone that's come out since I started playing for our company.
For
I'm the
dynamic
same.
disc?
Yeah.
I've thrown at least every DD disc. I know there's absolutely some West Side or older latitude molds that I probably haven't thrown, but it's not because it's not on purpose. It's not because I don't want this disc in my bag, so I'm not going to try it. It's probably more of I have a disc that does something similar or something along those regards. But I've thrown every DD disc at least, and I would probably venture to guess that I've thrown every single Trilogy disc at least one time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Bobby and I used to do the "Is this disc right for you?" and I think we went through almost every disc, didn't we, Bobby? I know we went through all DD stuff, and then we started working on West Side.
You know what we missed? What we missed out of is the Raider. And I don't know that we did the guard. Did we do the guard? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
We did the guard.
We did? Okay.
I remember
there was a Raider and one other one, and I thought we need to do that this year, and of course this is happening.
We haven't done the new disc yet either.
The Sergeant?
The one that you guys have right there.
Oh, yeah, the Ration?
Yeah.
We'll have to do
we haven't
that.
done that.
This disc is right for you. Because you get to pick whatever mold you want the stamp on.
Oh, I was thinking the actual disc. I was thinking that it is right for us for picnic time for sure.
Emac Truth. Yeah, go buy one.
To answer your question though, Yelty, I think I've thrown every
even like the gavel and
DD. Oh, sure, of course.
Just to see what it threw
like.
Yeah,
for sure. The only ones I can think of that I haven't are like the old Latitude ones, like the Primitus and the Medius and those ones.
I have one of those in my desk.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I haven't thrown those.
Yeah.
But like the Cenis, the Triple, I mean, the Striker, all those old molds, I've definitely thrown those. So
yeah.
For me, it just comes down to I'll try whatever disc comes out. I'm going to try it just because like we get a couple of them. I want to throw it, and if it's better than something that's in my bag, it'll replace it. And if it's not, or I'm not as comfortable with it, then I'll tell people that I really like it, but it's just not. It doesn't take the place in my bag.
Sure, and a great example of that is for me is the Sergeant. I was not planning on putting the Sergeant in my bag or another fairway driver because the Explorer and the Getaway were both becoming staples in my bag. And then I watched Isaiah throw it. I watched a couple other people throw it. And then I just finally said, you know what, I'm going to give this thing a real try. And I'm really happy I did because it actually flies really nice. And it's somewhat replaced both of those discs for me, you know, kind of minimizing my bag even more. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's the Sergeant has been a great release this year.
Very cool. All right, next one comes from. Real quick before we get to the next question. Sorry, we started posting those top 10 reasons, and so I want to remind everybody that I'm itching to go on a disc golf adventure. I'm sure a lot of you itching to get out there and play some disc golf in a tournament. And if you're looking for a big adventure, then check out the Meyer Lake Classic being played. I always forget the date. July or.
Yeah, it's in July.
It's in July, so it'll take place in Alaska. So if you're looking for a bucket list tournament to play and you'll be ready to play come this time of the year, especially after all this, then check that out at Disc Golf Scene. Just look up Meyer, Meier Lake Classic. I'm going there. Eric's going to be there. Paige Shue, Steve O'Story, Doug Bjerkes. Am I missing somebody?
At this point, I'm going like just because I want to get out of the house and go to Alaska. Like, come on.
Yeah. Noemi and Denise are both going.
Yeah, so it's going to be a group of us going. Some of us are going to play. I'm going to obviously be filming. Now, I am going to play the 10 o'clock. Is it a C-tier or just a
It's a C-tier.
Yeah, it's a C-tier. So, so check out all the details at discgolfscene.com. Super excited about that.
Right now, too. I know that's going to be one of the top 10 reasons, but spoiler alert, flights are pretty cheap right now.
Yeah, flights are going to be cheap. All right, this next one comes from Eddie, and he says, "Hi, guys. Love the show. Keep it up." We love you, Eddie. My stepson and I have been playing together for about a year. He is a religious forehand thrower. I never something can only drive 100 feet, and I am not good enough. Any tips or advice for starting out with a forehand? Now, this is the subject says kid in forehand, so this is a young kid. So what kind of advice would you give to a young kid throwing forehand?
Wait.
Oh, wait.
Throw it.
The child is the one who's throwing the forehand, right? I think
he says, she can only drive.
No. I think he is having trouble throwing a forehand.
Am I not? And I'm not good enough. Any tips or advice for starting out with forehand? Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Eric.
Either way, I don't throw forehands, so don't throw them.
Nice. Tell your kid they're wrong.
Honestly, yeah, one of the best things you can do with learning forehand is just like learning anything, you know, get out there and practice it. And right now there is so many tutorials online on how to do it. I know Big Germ just released one, and he is arguably one of the best forehand players in the game when it comes to having touch on the disc. And actually, even I watched that video and took a couple things from it. And Danny, I know, has a couple things out there. So there's a lot of information out there that you could just go kind of take it all in. And at the end of the day, the best advice I can give you is don't try to rip on it. Don't try to throw it as hard as you do when you're trying to throw a backhand. Nice and easy. Take something a little bit more understable and throw it nice and easy till you can get the form down, the flight of the disc down, and then kind of move up, kind of graduate, so to speak, to something a little bit more stable when you're getting a little bit more pop, a little bit more snap, and just get out in the field and really work on it. Really, that's what it takes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would say one other thing to think about would be to throw a disc that has like a deeper rim, like an Aviator or a Beetle or a Bite or something like that, just to play catch with somebody, just so that you get the feel of what it feels like to throw a forehand smoothly, because you can't torque those or they're just going to burn out. Play catch with those, and then you'll start to feel what that feels like to throw it well. Then you can start backing up, then throwing understable discs, and then stable discs, overstable discs, things like that.
All right, next one comes from Lincoln. Hey, guys, I recently hit a small distance bump going from 270 to 290 to 310 to 330 pretty consistently. I only throw 8 to 10 speed discs because I know I do not have the arm speed for anything more, and I get better flight out of the 8 to 10 speed discs. Occasionally, I have a really good days where I'm hitting 350 plus with my musket, and other days where I cannot hit anything from more than 310 or any line I'm trying for. Excuse me. My question is, how would you suggest improving consistency? The obvious answer is fieldwork, but I'm wondering if there's something in your form you think about or steps to be more consistent on driving distance. Thanks for keeping us going in these times. What do you guys think?
Smooth as far. That I do know after watching a lot of these players that have just the smoothest form ever. But yeah, there's not anything I could tell you right now, just not knowing your form, not seeing your form on things that you could work on. But there is somebody that can do that, and his name is Danny Lindahl. I believe we're still doing that. Is that correct, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, you can do. Why don't you explain it there, Robert? You're probably more in tune of what's happening with it.
Sure. Yeah, so what you can do is email dgamform@gmail.com. That goes to Danny, and then from there he's going to take a look at what you've got going on in your form and make a video to tell you kind of some things that you can work on. Each person's form is different, even at the very top level down to local tournaments. Everybody throws the disc a little bit differently, but there are some kind of key points that you can do to help give yourself the best shot at making your form as good as it can be. So, dgamform@gmail.com. I think that's your best asset.
Fantastic.
Next one comes from Adam. Happy Gilmore, the Disc Golf Edition. If Happy Gilmore, the Disc Golf Edition was made, who plays Happy, who plays Shooter? What do some of the classic scenes look like in your head?
Oh, man.
I haven't seen that movie since it first came out.
I have.
What?
That's a movie you've seen?
Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
A lot.
Many times. I'm more interested in who's playing Chubbs Peterson, but that's beside.
Dude.
So who's playing Happy?
Well, it's all in the hips. That's what we know. We
yes.
We can start off with that. All right. Here's what I would love. Okay. Who's like? See, I want to say Macbeth could play Shooter, but not because he's a cocky guy, just because kind of he's at the top of the game. You know.
Yep.
But for someone like, if we were gonna get someone to like intentionally be kind of a butthead and get in people's face about stuff, I would love to see somebody like Big Germ be Shooter, because I think he's got like he's a funny guy, but he could also he's got the game to back it up. He's a fantastic player, and if you're asking for someone to be over the top on camera, he could do that 100%. So
he's shown that he can do that.
I'm
for sure.
I'm in for Big Germ as Shooter McGavin, but then as our hometown hero who is new to the game and has unorthodox style. Gosh, who would that be?
I don't know why, but Kevin Jones comes to mind.
That's kind of who I had in mind too.
Yeah, not because he has unorthodox style. I mean, he kind of does, but it works for him really well. But he kind of came onto the scene not terribly long ago, and has proven to be a player. He's definitely not a hothead though, which Happy absolutely is.
Right.
So, that's the one thing that probably keeps him from being the number one spot for that guy. But his name came to mind for some reason. I'm not sure why. Kevin Jones.
Same here, because like I played with Kevin when he had first started playing just a little bit, and he was just absolutely bombing even then, even more so now. And so yeah, that was actually the name that came to my mind as well. So
that's fantastic.
And
I mean, it could be. It actually could be Brody Smith too.
It's true.
He's new to the game, and that, I mean, he's not a hothead, but he's very loud and very I don't know, loud, and not that it's a thing, but I think Brody could do it as well.
I've got a couple of chat suggestions here that I really like.
What do you got?
Caden says Zach Melton as shooter. I like that. Not because he fits it well, but I could just see Zach trying, like, because he's always messing with people, like he's always poking fun with them. I think that would be good. But then I really like Oakley as Lee Trevino, always mouth open, shaking his head, and then saying, Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Yep.
Oakley and his TV face.
Yeah, excellent.
All right, next question. Next one question comes from Tim, and this is about our new hybrid putters. He says, I see DD is releasing some hybrid putters mid-month. What is the plastic a hybrid of, and how will it affect disc flight? Looking forward to trying out hybrid guards. So I know we have, or can we say? Do we talk about it? Hybrid deputy?
So these are classic hybrid.
Okay.
Deputies and guards are coming out.
Yeah.
I think next. I think next week is the classic
retail.
Hybrid deputy and guards retail. Yeah, wholesale this week, and then the following week wholesale is classic hybrid judges and wardens. Then those will retail, I believe, April 23rd, somewhere in there.
Have you thrown any of those or felt them or at all?
I haven't thrown them yet, but the plastic is the same plastic that we used in Nico's BT hybrid anvil earlier this year. So the plastic, it's a hybrid between classic and classic blend. So it still has some firmness to it, but it has just like a little bit of extra tack that you might not get from every classic disc, depending on which one you get. I'm super excited to try these out and mess around with them.
Because didn't Jeremy say that like classic blend is one of the more popular plastics in the putter? Yeah, so this is kind of to...
Yeah. For me, as classic blend, like as the weather warms up, classic blend gets a little more pliable than I would like. And so I'm excited to see what these classic hybrid ones are like. And for people who, putt with blend, but then it gets to the summer and it's 95 degrees, maybe they can check out this classic hybrid plastic and see how they like it. I think at this point, it's kind of a test plastic for us, right? We're trying to see how you guys like it. Is it something that we want to offer all the time? Is it something that we want to do once a year? Is it something that you guys don't like at all? But really, we're just kind of testing it out. So we really value your feedback when those discs come out. Pick one up, pick two up, putt with them. Let us know what you think. I love them. They feel really good to me.
Do you know the colors? Someone asks on the chat. I don't know anything about
They are colors.
They are nice.
I don't know the colors.
All right, next one is from Dan about homemade baskets, homemade practice baskets. I don't have the funds to purchase a practice basket, so I've been trying to figure out what to use as a practice basket for putting. What are some things that I can use for this? Something that would be easy enough to make with items around the house or minimal items to purchase. YouTube chat, you listen up because I want you to give us some suggestions. I've just tried putting a 2x4 in the ground and hitting that, but my misses end up in my neighbor's backyard, and it's not useful for when there is bad weather. So I need something more mobile, too, so I can practice in my garage. I know that I think it was Disc Golf Nerd on his Instagram or Facebook took a trooper bag and hung it up on some stand or something, and he had the main zipper compartment open, and he was using that to putt into.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's something.
Before I had a practice basket, I just put it into like one of the middle cushions of my couch. Truly.
No, okay. You didn't have that chain sound, I'm assuming, right?
I did not.
Okay.
I actually brought up a soundboard and held that in my left hand, and if I was going to hit the...
You would hit it?
No, I did not.
You just bang.
Yeah. Ching! I said it, though.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't as satisfying.
Oh, no, I would imagine not. So that's the only thing I can think of is taking a bag and doing that. I don't know what.
Depends what style of putt you got. If you're a push putter, take a laundry basket in the yard and push putt into it or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
I mean,
couple of suggestions from the chat. Doc Zen says the Weekender 2 basket is $50.
There you go.
If you can scrap that together, you can get a basket on the low end cost wise. So you've got something to aim at. That's cool. And then quick update to the classic hybrid question. Scarlett said they got white, black, pink, and red classic hybrid discs as far as we know.
Hey, real quick, thanks to you guys for keeping those folks at the retail store busy.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe they don't appreciate. I'm sure they appreciate it because they have work to do. But yeah, I think it's great that we got that going on.
Yes.
And thank you, Scarlett, for always watching and chiming in when we need your help. Thank you. Any other ideas on baskets?
Nah.
Could you take a chimney? Is it called a chimney?
Chimenea?
Chimenea, and you would be putting low, but you could take that. You know what a chimney is, Eric? I gave you that weird word.
of course.
You're just trying to figure out how it would work on a basket.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I mean, I said laundry basket, so I mean, it's not much work.
That's
you know?
true. Just
mean,
make sure you take all the embers out of it so you don't burn your plastic.
Embers.
Take your 2x4 and put a laundry basket over it.
Oh, you could do that.
You know, boom. I mean, get creative, and when you do, shoot us some pictures of it.
Yeah, post
Yes.
them on the Facebook page, Disc Golf Answer Man. We want to see your creative ideas as far as discs. Here's a good question that we talked about at the meeting this morning. Coran asks, what are the discs for the Trilogy Challenge, and what are the flight characteristics of the new disc? Is it still on schedule to start in May? Can we talk about that?
I'm gonna tell you what we got going on.
You tell us.
Is it Curran?
Curran.
would be my guess.
Well, my guess was different.
That's fair.
I think it's Suran.
As it generally is.
Suran. Or if it was in Finland, Suran.
No. You separate the R's when it's you separate the double.
The double R's, they go together.
You're wrong.
I thought that was why
No,
you say dude.
no.
Because you elongate it.
You split okay, whatever. That's not time to get into this. To answer your question, we are not sure exactly.
Did you see the steam come out of his head?
I was like Colossus from X-Men for a second there. We're not really sure what Trilogy Challenge is going to look like just yet. 100% honesty. We don't know when courses are going to be open. We don't know when disc golf events are going to be good to run again in larger groups. And so as soon as we know something, we'll let you guys know something. But for right now, we do not know what it's going to look like.
There you go. Transparent. Next one is from Eddie. Oh, that's the same question. Hold on. This was from Stephen. With the COVID-19 virus going around, will the release of the disc Bounty be delayed at all? Keep up the amazing work. Well, that's kind of
same question.
Same question, because the Bounty is our Trilogy Challenge. It's a mid-range that, we put a lot of promoting. I know that Eric Oakley and Chris Clemens had some videos they put out about it. So it's coming. We're
not sure when yet.
I'm sure you guys are maybe feeling the same thing, where it's just like every day you wake up and you're just wondering exactly what's going to be going on. And so that's kind of how we're kind of taking some of these things, is trying to what's going to happen.
Now, to kind of go along with what you're asking, though, we do have some new stuff coming at the end of April, early May. And I don't want you to hold me to these dates, because if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But as of right now, we plan to release our
iPhone.
second. That was a Sharpie.
I know.
That was a huge mistake you just made. As of right now, we plan to release the second group of Team Series discs toward the end of April, mid-May, late May, somewhere in there. So be checking for those. We'll obviously be able to tell you when we know for sure what they're going to look like, what stamps they're going to have, exactly what release dates. We've got a good idea, but don't want to tell you exactly until we are ready to go.
Did you guys like my dramatic surprise face?
I did.
I thought you were in.
That's just your regular face.
Oh, you saw my regular face. All right. Next question comes from Gordy. This is about carrying multiple putter molds. Hello, Bobby, Robert, and maybe Eric and others who might be there. My name is Gordy, and I am based in southwestern Ontario, Canada. With the current times, I'm at home due to being a non-essential employee. This gave me a reason to invest in a practice basket. He put wool basket.
What?
Wool basket.
Wool basket.
And with it, I have found that I have been throwing all my putters to get as many reps in. Doing this has me throwing 3 different molds, the Warden, Guard, and the MVP Ion. I always putt with my Wardens when on the course, but have been finding that the Guards are increasing my range and comfort from Circle 2. Is it practical to jump between putters like this? Do you know any players that do this too?
That's awesome.
What's so funny about that?
Because I do this.
Explain, Eric McCabe.
Every year I change my putter again. It's just so we can have sales on certain discs. Let's be honest. No. Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine if you're not feeling a disc. Granted, at some point you do, and I've given myself this advice, or I need to give myself this advice, is pick a putter and stick to it and go with that. Whatever feels the best to you, whatever you're getting the best results from. If you have to take a stack of each into the backyard and putt, and, break it down by how many you make, how many you miss, how you miss, how far past to go. I mean, there's so much that you can break it down into. And especially right now is the best time to be doing this, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I don't personally think there's anything wrong with changing your putters out, changing it from mold to mold. I do the same thing. But typically, in my defense, I do it per year, it seems like. Like, I'll start the year off with a judge, and then I'll go to the warden, and then back to the mercy, and then I'll have a judge in my basement when I'm bored, and I'm like, dang, this thing feels good. I'm going to take it out and putt with it because I had a bad putting day. So at the end of the day, I need to take my and stick with a putter. But I don't believe that there's anything wrong with changing your putters out. It's all about whatever you need to do to make yourself confident. So if you're more confident in a new putter, so be it. Do it. Who cares what anybody else thinks?
Yeah, and I would say to kind of go along with a question about switching putters between Circle 1 and Circle 2, if you find yourself more comfortable with one inside Circle 1 and a different one in Circle 2, do your thing. Like I don't think that's necessarily bad, especially if one of them has, a little bit more glide and that helps you get to the basket from Circle 2. I don't think that's necessarily bad. I don't know of any pros that do it exactly like you're talking about. I know that AJ putts with classic Wardens, but that he carries a deputy for kind of long spin putts or approaches, kind of like little floaty approaches to the basket. I don't know of a lot of other examples of people that do that, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Whatever works for you.
Yep.
All right, Josh Davis he says, Bobby and the socially distanced boys.
So,
all right. Since it is a Trilogy sponsored thing, let's talk about Disc Golf Valley, a free disc golf app. Can a Disc Golf Answerman or DD do a Disc Golf Valley League similar to Vets for Vets or Match Play? Probably more low-key with limited prizes, maybe with divisions based on Pro Tour ratings. This could be a fun way to stay connected and have tournament results to talk about. I've played it a couple times, but I haven't played it enough to know how that all works.
It would work.
It's fun.
Yeah? Maybe we have to look into it
more. You can set up like rounds and then send people login information or passwords, stuff like that. I've been seeing a lot of people do it as of recent. I think we can all owe Simon a big thank you for that when he went out on his YouTube page and challenged Eagle, and they had a match between two of them, played 9 holes. And that was a really cool video. I don't know if you guys watched that or not, but it was pretty cool to watch both of them battle it out on that. Throwing Trilogy discs was even cooler to see that. But yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it could be cool. We can maybe talk amongst ourselves and try to figure it out and see if it's something that could work, and maybe we can do a DGAM event between the 5 of us, I guess it would be, and kind of go from there.
How are people streaming it? Am I seeing the wrong thing? I thought I saw people literally streaming it, and you could watch them as they play. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can do that. It's just about being able to capture the screen of your phone.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the technical stuff behind it.
I didn't know if it was something built into the app or something like that.
No.
I don't know. Were they, or was it just recording their screen and then sharing that out.
I haven't seen the video you're talking about. I saw like the thumbnail for it. I haven't watched it, but I've seen other people do something like that.
Yeah. The video I'm talking about wasn't live. It was those two playing against each other. And I don't know if you can go live or not. I can look on my app right now.
Yeah. So Doc Zen said Tyler Brickley does Disc Golf Valley matches on YouTube with fans. So you have to be able to do it live in some way. I just don't know that.
Well, if Tyler's doing that, we definitely have to steal the idea.
Yeah, of course.
Just kidding, Tyler.
I mean, why not?
Cool.
Kind of.
All right, cool. We'll look into that. Next question comes from Tan the Man. Hey, guys, if you could pick any hole on any course that you have ever played, which would be your all-time favorite and why? I'm not from Kansas City, but mine is hole 1 at Waterworks. Crazy elevation, amazing backdrops of the city, and overall super fun shot. Plus, it is the start of what I consider to be the most fun course in disc golf. Is that the one that's like you're like super the elevation? Down. Yeah, the elevation changes quite a bit. Yeah, that's a pretty cool hole.
It is a fantastic hole, and it would definitely be on my like best of hole number ones. I think I don't know if it's my favorite hole I've ever played, but it's. Man, it's tough, too, because hole 1 in Skellefteå is such a fantastic starting hole as well. But just off the top of my head right now, probably one of my favorite holes is hole number 2 at Milo, the stump hole, where it's just this big, massive blind hyzer shot to a landing zone, and then you have to throw into a gap, and the basket sits up on a tree stump inside a gap, and there's kind of like a cliff wall behind it. I don't know, it's just aesthetically pleasing, and it's just Milo is just a beautiful course regardless. Or the Genius hole is another one out there at Milo that's just phenomenal. So pretty much any hole at Milo would make my my favorite hole, I would say.
I think that's fair. That place looks beautiful. I've yet to get out there. I really want to.
Yeah, you need to. It's fantastic.
If you're talking specifically for hole 1s that already exist in disc golf, then I would say that Maple Hills. Maple Hills hole 1 is like it's such a cool starting hole. Just rip off the tee over this water, play into a protected green. I think that's a really cool first hole. But
that's tough, man. All 3 of those number 1s that we just mentioned, that'd be hard for me to determine which one of those 3 I think is my favorite.
Right.
Those are all fantastic holes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. There's another course that I haven't played, but that I want to just so I can see this hole is Blue Ribbon Pines number 4, which is
I've played that.
Yeah, tree lined, just straight trees all the way down. Throw something that stays in the middle, or you're dead. I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
I can't remember what hole number it is. I think it's either 14 or 15, maybe less than that, but it's at the Yarva course. But it's the one that's it's on the tee pad's kind of on a slope, and you throw out, and it's trees surrounded by trees, but then all of a sudden it's like super open. You know which hole I'm talking
turnover?
about? Yes.
Yeah, it's a big turnover. You got to shoot out of the gap.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a hole too.
That's just a great hole, and then just being able to see the city behind it in the background. It's just one of those really cool looking holes and a cool hole to throw.
Yeah. One other of my favorite holes, just because of the picture of it, and this is sentimental to me, but so Roy G. Guerrero is a course that got. No, it's still not that. Roy G. Guerrero is the disc golf course that got put in Austin several years ago now.
Austin, Massachusetts.
Austin, Massachusetts. It's a beautiful place. Austin, Texas, where I lived at the time, and hole 17 is a par 3. It's kind of a long par 3, but it shoots out of one of 2 gaps, and in the background is the Austin skyline, and like that's just as far as really pretty holes go. That's one of them for me. I love that place, and it's a really super cool course, and I just have good memories of it. So yeah, that's one of my favorites for sure.
Sure, I'll give one more shout out. More local that Robert, you need to go down and play this course is at the farm. There are so many fan holes out there that are just very picturesque. Bobby can agree there. We did the drone shots of that, and we're going to try to finalize that video at some point. But that course, man, when all the greenery starts to come in, there's like a mini hole 4 at Blue Ribbon Pines that you're talking about, the third, and it's just, I mean, it's a true tunnel shot. There's a water meal. Was that what they call water mill? The kind of like windmill? An old school. Yeah, but it's water.
Oh, the water thing. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure. I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
there's rock wall. I mean, it's just. I'm sure, Robert, you've seen pictures of everything I've been posting about it, or videos I've talked about on the course. Definitely something you need to take at some point when we can travel again. Make a trip down there and play that course because it is phenomenal.
I say, yeah, because we went there, we got to go there, and we were a little unsure because everything was just right at the beginning of should we stay home, should we not stay home, stuff like that. No orders had been put out, and it was raining, gray skies, and I couldn't even fly the drone because it rained. No, I ended up flying it a little bit to get a couple
Yeah,
holes.
we did like goals. Yeah.
Yeah, but the plan is to go back when it's nice and sunny and the green is back. I think we should just maybe the whole media team go out there and just play around out there and just create a video off that because I know it's going to look gorgeous with all the leaves in and stuff like that.
I'm interested.
Absolutely. Yep,
and then of course checking out Shindig. Is it Shindig?
For sure.
No,
Shindigs.
Shenanigans. Is it Shindig?
No, Shindigs.
Shindigs, yes. You'd like it, Robert. It's good food.
I can't believe that you didn't get the name of it the first time.
What do you mean?
That you said that you said shenanigans. It's just
I didn't trust myself.
for all the time.
What?
You just got to trust yourself.
I know.
Man.
I don't. Well, because when I trust myself before, then I get this guy over here.
That's fair. Okay,
correcting me.
Here's an honest question, though. Real question. Would you prefer that if I know the answer to what you're asking?
Oh no, I prefer that you correct me.
Okay, I want to make sure.
I'm fine with it.
I'm not trying. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Okay, this one's a serious question. This is a good question too. This is from is it anonymous phenomena
Anonymous.
supporting the pros. I'm blessed to have a great paying essential job and am interested in financially helping pros by purchasing some signature discs, but have a few questions. Is there a difference in the amount of funds that go to the pro when purchasing their signature disc directly from the manufacturer versus an online or local retailer? Does the player receive compensation when a retailer places their bulk order of that signature disc, or is the manufacturer notified when individual retail sales are made and credits the pro at that point? Does offering to purchase disc directly from the pro, more cash in their pocket, hurt the value the disc manufacturers see in them, since their sponsor has no idea that transaction took place? Lastly, top tier pros such as Paul, Ricky, Eagle, etc. don't need financial help like the next tier. I get that point, but I have a little bit of a differing opinion. But at what point in the rankings do they start, quote unquote, needing subjective? I know this financial help. So this is a pretty good question. I don't know that we can get too much into the weeds of it, just because that's information between us. It's just kind of like and I don't know if this is taking it too far, but this is kind of like an employee-employer relationship. Like, I'm not going to tell you how much I get paid, even though all this is going on. But I understand what he wants to know, because he wants to help the pros, and I think that's awesome and admirable of you to want to do that.
Sure. Well,
so what information can we give
I can
them?
share a bit of an industry secret on this one. Bobby only gets paid every time we get a 5-star review on iTunes. That's why we whisper 5 stars so often. Is he pays us commission per 5-star review. So I mean, these are the facts.
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
Dang it! Okay, so I'll give you a little breakdown of the ways that you can best support touring pros at this time. The number one best way is to buy discs directly from the player, because that is the way that they're going to get the most money benefited to them, right? Usually that's because players get discs at a discount or as part of their allotment. When they sell those, that goes directly to support them in full or against whatever they had to pay to get those discs, right? If they bought wholesale or whatever. Okay, so that's the number one best way to do that. After that, I think buying from any local retailer, any local retailer or dynamicdiscs.com, that's going to be about the same, as far as I know, because they are, well, I don't really want to get into it much beyond that, but local retailer or dynamicdiscs.com, pretty much the same for those players. Buying directly from the player is the best way to support them directly. Is that a fair enough way to say that?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Like you said, I would stress on step one should be reaching out to the player and seeing if they have anything that you could purchase from them, because that's obviously going to be the most money in their pocket.
Yep.
And then obviously helping out it's kind of a win-win situation when you buy something from a retailer, because you're helping not just support that player, but you're helping keep that disc golf shop open as well. So obviously both really do have their own benefits, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I highly encourage you, if you have the funds. Obviously, if you have other things you need to worry about, that I get it. But if you have funds to support them, because remember, they're not playing tournaments, which means they're not getting money from these tournament wins. They're not getting money from bonuses that they would normally get from tournament wins and stuff like that. So there is definitely a cut in their pay based off that's the way they make their living. All right, let's do one more question, and then we'll wrap it up and then move on to the next part of our Disc Golf Audio podcast. This one's from King Heiser, and it's about illegal discs, or one disc in particular. Hello, Slick Breeze, McHare, Emac, and the boys. My question regards an alleged illegal disc. I bag a soft Cenis. Hey,
You seen this?
you seen this? And have for a while, perhaps my favorite disc. I use this disc as an approach/wind putter, but I also use it to kneel on for kneeling putts. That's crucial to the question.
Okay.
Because of this, it is very beat up and warped to perfection, and I love the flight characteristics. I was told at a league night last year that my Cenis could be deemed illegal because it's been intentionally modified and kneeling on it isn't normal wear. Thoughts? Is my Cenis illegal? Thanks, and keep it real. My opinion, without knowing the professional's opinion, is that is being way too nitpicky. I mean, that's just like taking the spirit of the rule and just bending it figuratively and obviously literally. No, bending it to make up someone's opinion about it. There's no way kneeling on it because you purposely kneel on it. That means every time you, or the 10th time you smack it into a tree because that's the way you play, you could say, that's been modified.
This is
to me it's similar.
This is not a ridiculous question. Like if somebody told if somebody told you that, like I think it's fair to ask, but it's ridiculous of them to think that, in my opinion. So all right, look at this Ration prototype that I got. It's one of my new favorite discs, and I'm getting ready to. You can find them at dynamicdiscs.com. 5 stars. Anyway, that's not applicable. Anyway, so I get up on the tee and I'm getting ready to throw, and I hold the disc a little bit tighter than most people. And you can kind of see that my thumb is pushed into the rim there, and it's bending the disc. Okay.
For our audio listeners, his thumb is being pushed into the rim, and it's bending it.
So, like exactly what I said.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, cool. But I'm pushing it into the disc pretty hard, and it's bending the top of the disc. Is that illegal modification? Well, no, because I'm getting ready to throw the disc. Like, that's part of it. Okay, well, then let's say I get up on the tee box, and when I'm getting ready to throw, I kind of bend the disc around in my hand just to kind of like get the feel of it. You know, like I want to make sure I feel good about this disc, so I bend it around a little bit. Is that illegal modification? No, I don't think you could argue that at all. So I would say that putting your knee down on a disc, I cannot imagine that that someone would call that on that. By the way, if I just got word that my video was blocked, but I was saying, like, look.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you can see that now. Can you guys see that? There you go. If I'm pushing that hard into the disc, is that illegal disc modification? No. I don't think that your knee is going to do that much different than that on a disc. So no, don't do that, man.
All right. Thanks, guys, so much for tuning into the Disc Golf Answer Man. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys continuing to send those questions in so that we can have questions for everybody on the show. Yes. Thank you guys so much. Remember to tune in every week. We're still doing this on YouTube. And if you need to, I don't know why my voice is doing that. Make sure you download and subscribe Disc Golf Answer Man on your favorite podcast app. Look for Disc Golf Audio so you can always get them. Go to iTunes, Stitcher, or Spotify. Well, no, Spotify doesn't do ratings, but on iTunes you can rate and review our show. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Tell your friends about it, too, so they can have some content to consume during all of this.
And so Bobby can get paid this week.
Yes, so I can get paid this week. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next Disc Golf Answer Man.
5 stars.
All right, there we go. Now on to the disc golf hot takes. Now I've got to invite Anthony. Danny said he was going to go film some stuff. How do I invite?
Okay.
Huh?
Nothing.
You might have to do a different call with the two of them.
Surely there's a way to invite someone. Oh, there's a way to see me. Hey, how are you?
It's because you had Eric pinned on there. Ethan Bolick, while we're doing this, Ethan says, $2 super chat. Thanks, Ethan. He says, favorite boom roasted one-liners.
There he is. Yep.
Favorite boom roasted one-liners from The Office.
Ooh. I've got a good one. I don't know if it's good to say, though.
Who is it about?
It involves Todd Packer.
Okay, yeah, we probably shouldn't say that one then.
And Gabe.
Yes, we definitely shouldn't say that one then.
You know which one it is, though.
Yes. I was trying to think of the scene where Michael comes back and does that.
Boom roasted.
Yeah. I think it's one of my favorites is when Stanley actually starts laughing at him because he says, "Stanley, you're fat and your heart sucks," or something like that. And then like that's all that he says to him. And then Stanley thinks it's the funniest thing ever. And that's like the only time that Stanley laughs in the whole series. So,
favorite boom roasted one-liners from The Office.
you remember when Michael comes back from taking that day after the roast when people are roasting him.
Oh yeah.
And then he just says, "Where's Angela? Angela, oh, I can see you standing there behind that grain of rice." Boom, roasted. And he just does that to everybody, I think that's what he's referencing.
That was good. All right, we'll see if Danny's going to get. I saw him on the chat say do we want him in? And you said click the link. So we'll see if Danny's probably getting his stuff set up.
Rising M Disc Golf said, Robert, how many super chats would it take to do your hair to the right instead of to the left for a whole episode?
You can't do it the way it's cut.
Well, I mean, I can.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the part is
look ridiculous.
purposely cut.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't look good, but I mean.
Oh, can we talk about?
What are we talking? Like, what are we talking about?
Can we talk about?
Hold on. I mean, what are we talking? Like, $100?
Oh.
If I was PayPal'd $100, I would for sure part my hair the opposite way for an episode.
For an
Robert.
episode?
Yeah.
First of all, chat, get on it. Second of all, you will part your hair for an episode for $100, but you won't cut it for what, 10,000 was it?
No. It wasn't 10,000. It was the
it
first one.
5,000?
The first one was 1,000. People said, "Would you shave your head for $1,000?"
Okay.
And no, I would.
I thought it was 5,000.
No.
Okay.
For 5,000, I would definitely
Like
consider.
$100 is very doable.
Had you seen that?
Yeah,
Did you see
just to part it on the other side, like, sure, man, whatever.
Oh yeah, he did because he mentioned he said
Yes,
something about it.
Theron, I like John Krasinski's Some Good News on YouTube.
That was awesome.
That's super good. I've really enjoyed that.
If you're not sure what we're talking about, go to the Disc Golf Handsome Man Facebook page, and I posted a link out there because it was good.
Yes. Ryan, as far as the Disc Golf Pro Tour press release today, we can't really share any information about that as of right now. But as soon as we can, we'll let you know.
I'm sorry, what?
He said Disc Golf Pro Tour press release regarding the tour plans. They mentioned some event happening in Emporia once the tour gets going.
Oh, yeah. We can't talk about that yet.
Can't really share about that.
We cannot divulge any information.
$10,000 was to shave Cool Daddy Slick Breeze in the back of it, Anthony, which I agreed to.
Yes.
At
Was
10,
what?
At 10,
Oh,
at $10,000.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
To an offshore account.
Yeah.
Watching too much Ozark.
Too much Ozark.
Too much Ozark.
Wait, what?
Hey, look, if you stumble over a bag of $5 million, what are you going to buy?
What are you going to buy?
Mansion? Sports car? Nope. The IRS won't allow it. Remember, he tells
Yeah,
that
trying to
it's
tell
like
him
those
how to-
exact same words,
trying to
but
tell him
like
how-
several times in the series.
Trying to get him to teach his kid how to laundry money.
Jordan, I like Ben's one-liner. Would you want to live with no arms or legs? That's basically how you live right now. You don't do anything. I think that was Kevin that he said that to. Anyway, Jordan said Junior World's still on. As of right now, we are planning to host Junior Worlds, but we are. It's just like everything else. We are flexible on whether that's going to happen then, if it's going to happen later in the year. We don't know just yet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, if you guys missed it, Tina Oakley and Eric Oakley did a coffee with the Oakleys this morning at 8:30 a.m. I am hoping And AJ, I hope they do it again because I reached out to her and she said it was awesome, seriously awesome, and helped them feel like they were hanging out with friends and things like that. So I'm sure they'll do it again. I've been thinking about doing like a dinner with Bobby in the evening where I just kind of get on, go live, and just while I'm eating dinner, just chatting with folks.
Ladies. Dress up nicely.
Yes. Wear my nicest T-shirt.
A candle at dinner with your camera.
Oh, bye, Danny. Oh, hey, Danny.
Oh, he back.
Speaking of which, is Eric still here?
Yeah.
Do you not see him?
He's frozen? Okay.
Oh,
He's frozen for me.
Oh.
If it's just me, that's fine. I don't care.
No, I think he's frozen for everybody.
I don't want to look at Eric anyways.
Eric, are you there?
Here you go.
Here you go.
I can't see anybody or anybody.
Oh, okay. So you can't hear us?
What?
He just perfectly timed that.
What?
Now you're frozen, Anthony.
Eric,
No,
can you hear us? I am?
You were. Now you're not.
Oh, okay. Eric is just smiling down, looking at his name in the.
Oh, he's gone.
And there you go.
He'll probably try to come back in. All right, let's get disc golf hot takes.
Hold on, we gotta wait for Eric, right?
Doc Zen asked if I shaved so that I could be in Junior Worlds. That would be excessive planning ahead.
Yeah.
I shaved for other reasons, but I could play in Junior Worlds probably, as long as I don't check IDs or whatever. Well, I guess juniors don't have IDs anyway.
Yeah,
Loophole.
so why would they
Loophole.
even ask for it?
We did
Would you
it.
say loophole?
Yeah, when
He found the loophole.
yes, when you walk in and someone's like, "Hey, where's your ID?" You're like, "Hey, you didn't ask that kid for his ID," and they're like, "You know what? Good point. You can play."
I'm 12, man. I don't have one of those.
What should my alter ego name be?
Ooh, that's a good
I feel
one.
like I look like a Ben. I think my parents said if I wasn't Danny, I was going to be Ben. So I'll go with Ben.
Really?
I feel like just to
Like,
hammer it home, you got to put a Y, like Timmy, Johnny.
Benny.
I
And
could
the
just
Jets.
I could just be Dan.
Yeah.
Just no knee
like
on
Ben
the end. Just Dan.
Dan.
what?
Have you ever gone by Dan?
Nope, not really.
Yeah, walk up and
Bunch
say,
here?
"Hello, my name is Dan. I am playing in the junior under 18 division." And they'll be like, "Are you sure it's not Danny?" No.
Dan.
I'm sophisticated.
Dan. I'm sophisticated.
Different person.
I hate when people
Also,
call
I need
me
to get back
Bob.
to work. I need to go somewhere else. So, quick.
All right. Can we?
Are you wearing your disc
can
golf
everyone
answer man
hear?
shirt?
Yeah, he is.
Nice.
I am wearing this golf answer shirt. Yeah.
Me too.
Pat asked if I ever play CS:GO. I don't play CS:GO, but I am gonna play Valorant tonight, and I'm hyped for it. I got in the
Yes.
beta.
Yes,
Bobby doesn't know what any of those words mean,
Nice.
but it's really cool.
it is.
I heard hype and I was like, oh, he's happy. Good for him.
Oh, it is
Also
English.
twinning.
Okay.
Good for
I see it now. I see your shirt. That's sick.
good for Dan.
Okay, can
Yeah.
Eric? Can you hear us or no?
He's
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
yeah. We
You
can
can
hear
now. Yeah, you were just frozen. Hey, one thing I noticed.
I love the faces that it's frozen on.
Anytime that we talk, it takes the audio from
Oh
Eric
yeah.
for even a couple seconds after. So when we're getting ready to talk, we need to make sure that we have plenty of time between. So that
I was
their
wondering why
audio
that was
can-
happening, but I didn't think about that. Well, we have it plugged in.
Yep. All right, Anthony, do you have our hot take?
I have a couple.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have
I'm
to
not
pick.
going to say any of them are great, but okay.
Okay.
I've got
Wait, don't
one.
wait. I got to start the recording.
Put them together.
Which primate do you think would take the most mulligans in rec at a tournament?
Derek says we should try Zoom. I don't want to try it right now, but maybe we should try it next time. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Here we go. You ready?
We can
Hi,
experiment.
did
Yep.
I change the? Okay.
What?
Why? This is so flawless.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, wait.
All right, we ready?
Yep.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to an episode of Disc Golf Hot Takes, where we take a hot and disc golf it. No?
Roll it back.
Roll it back.
Please roll it
Take it.
back.
Welcome to Disc Golf Hotcakes, where we make pancakes and they're hot.
Yeah, that was better than the first
That
time.
was better than the first one. All right, so we're here with the Disc Golf Hot Takes. I think you guys have listened enough to know what it is about. We take a topic and discuss it. Sometimes it's based in reality, and sometimes it's from me. So this week is Anthony has the hot take. So Anthony, you have the floor.
Okay, so right now, not counting listeners, not counting chat, we have, what would you say, 3.5 generations of people. Bobby's kind of in one 10-year gap. Eric, Robert, Danny and I are in our 20s. So we've got a wide range
That's fair.
of ages. Okay?
What do you-
Without... That's it. That's the hot take.
Okay.
Eric is older than most.
No, I disagree. We're all the same
Hot
age.
take. We're different ages. No, so even with that age bracket, I guarantee you, all of us know the words to Bohemian Rhapsody. We all listen to different kinds of music from different artists, from different generations.
Okay.
Without question, you cannot deny it. Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen is the greatest song of all time.
Wow.
Oh,
Everyone knows it. I guarantee you the chat knows it. I guarantee you the listeners know it. I don't care if you listen. Eric listens to what? 90s hip hop. Bobby listens to funky
Dig Dug.
jazz stuff.
Funky
Totally
jazz?
different ranges of music. Yeah. We all know I guarantee you someone in chat could put one line and all of us will know the next line from the song.
It's pretty accurate.
Without question.
It
Yeah.
kind of covers a lot of different genres, right? Because it has like the way, because it's so long, it ebbs and flows, it moves, it covers a lot of different things. So everybody's going to find one part of that song that
Yes.
they like.
You know, it's interesting
agree.
you bring that up, though, is because I was reading somewhere about Wayne's World, and they had to, first of all, of course, if you know the story of the song, they had to fight to get that song made because it was such a different song. And, excuse me, Mike Myers, right? Or is it Michael Myers?
Yeah.
Michael Myers.
Mike
had,
Myers.
He had
Mike
to,
Myers.
sorry, yeah,
Michael
Mike
Myers
Myers.
is horrible.
he had to fight to get that song into the movie. And in fact, I believe at one point they weren't going to put it in there because I can't remember if it was because they didn't think it was very popular or it wasn't very popular to the generation that the movie was for. Or there was maybe the rights to it were too expensive. I can't remember exact, but they fought for it and they got it and it became what it is. And they actually said that in that movie, it had a resurgence of the song.
Yeah. I can see that being true.
There
Yeah.
were, I don't know if y'all were watching like clickbait popular YouTubers at that time, but there was a surge in videos of people who were hearing Bohemian Rhapsody for the first time. Like,
Oh, yeah?
They were claiming that they'd never heard it before and they were watching it and reacting to it. Like that, that's not a thing. You've heard the song
No.
before.
Yes.
Right.
Guaranteed. Like 20-something year old, 30-something year old people were like, oh, the song's amazing. I've never heard it before. Like, no.
You've heard it before.
And that's just a testament to how popular it is.
Right.
But there is a good argument, though, that popularity doesn't necessarily mean quality.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. That's
Sure,
what I
and
was gonna say. That
I'm
it's-
not saying it's the best song
I
of all
thought
time.
you did say that though.
I said it's the
Actually,
greatest
that's-
song of all time.
Oh.
So
Oh.
like Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, but you could argue that LeBron James is better because if they played one-on-one, LeBron's bigger, so whatever. I'm not saying it's the best song. You have your own opinion on what the best song is, but it is the greatest song of all time. It overarches everything.
Okay. I'm gonna hit you with this, Anthony.
Okay.
I think
Watch out.
that yeah, watch out.
It's a baseball. Careful.
Duck.
Yeah,
It's coming. No.
it's a baseball bat.
I'm waiting.
Just
Let me lock
because
my door real quick.
people know the words to a song doesn't make it necessarily a great song. I'm not sure that that's the metric that we can use to say this is the greatest song of all time, right?
Okay, have you met someone that doesn't, at very least, like it?
No. I'm not saying that is. I'm not saying that just because people know the words that they like it, or that people don't like Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm just saying that can't be the metric that we use to say this is the greatest song of all time. Because if you're following that logic, then there are a lot of other songs that people know the words to. There are a lot of other songs that people know all the words to. Like pretty much everyone in this room would probably know the song from Barney. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family. Like everybody could say that or something close to it. Just because you know that doesn't make that a great song.
Disagree.
Okay, but agree.
But agree.
but also
Wait, are you
agree.
agreeing his disagree?
Okay,
or
but
wait?
if you fine, so if you want to use Barney and people in the chat are saying happy birthday, that's not no. If you want to say Barney, we could poll everyone in the world, and I guarantee you Bohemian Rhapsody would win. Between these two, between Barney and Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay. So then Bohemian Rhapsody is still a greater song.
Well, yeah, it is a greater song. I'm just saying that just because everyone knows the words doesn't mean that necessarily that makes a song great.
Sure,
Okay,
but
what
I am
other-
saying that Bohemian Rhapsody is the greatest song.
Okay.
I think you're discounting Old Town Road. We have.
I'm trying to think like what other
Disagree
song,
again.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I will again disagree. Yes, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
What other song is close?
Imagine
We Are the
by
World.
John Lennon.
Fair, yeah. That's a good one. I don't think it has as wide of an appeal, but I mean,
was
is
thinking,
there any
like-
other songs?
I don't.
We Are the World is one of my favorite of all time.
Yeah, but I don't know the words to that one.
Yeah.
It's like 5 words.
He
I mean,
literally just
Okay,
said the
well,
words of the song.
So is Tequila. That's one word.
I guarantee you everybody can sing the entire Bohemian Rhapsody song. That is false. Everybody can probably sing the chorus, but the entire song, that is complete false. I guarantee you.
Okay,
I can.
everyone in the world, no. But
But
for argument's sake, everyone in the
Everybody.
world can sing every word.
Okay,
More
so
than any other song.
okay, so
I'm trying to think of another song that would be that level.
okay, so I pulled up Rolling Stone they said their definitive list of the top 500 or the 500 greatest songs of all time. I'm going to go through the top 10.
Did you just say Rolling Stone as in a question, Anthony? You don't know what it is?
No, I was reading the chat.
Oh,
If I
okay.
said something out loud, I didn't mean to.
Oh, okay.
It's a rock with momentum.
Yeah. It's crime fighting beaver, Justice Beaver. Anyway, okay. Sorry. Welcome back, Office. Okay. Okay, so here, let's read through these and see if we think these hold a candle to that. Interestingly, Bohemian Rhapsody is not on this list.
ooh,
Okay. Number 10, Ray Charles, What I Say.
What? What did you say?
Hey, that's what I say.
Oh, okay. Why'd I say that? Oh.
Why'd I do that? Number 9, Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm going to disagree with that one just based on the understandability of the lyrics.
That has nothing to do. That song was. That song. Yeah,
Sure.
I know why that song's
And
on
also-
top 10.
Weird Al version is better.
Majority of the population has not smoked near enough cigarettes to be able to sing that properly.
That's fair. That's 100% fair.
To be fair, most of the population couldn't sing Bohemian Rhapsody either.
That's
Okay,
also
fair,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, we're on totally different sides of the vocal spectrum with Kurt Cobain and Freddie Mercury. That is true. Okay, okay. Number 8, the Beatles. Hey Jude, come on. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
we're entering into the territory of like, all right, this is hallowed ground.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Number 7, Chuck Berry, Johnny Be Good. I think you could make an argument for this song to be one of the greatest of all time because it almost ushered in a new style of music.
Because Michael J. Fox sang that song in the 80s.
That's what I'm talking about. So, just saying.
You're welcome.
Yes. Number 6, the Beach Boys, Good
You
Vibrations.
hear this? Oh,
I don't think that has quite the scope of Bohemian Rhapsody, but as far as
yeah, but the impact on the world is that song, and it's probably including the Beach Boys as a band,
right
in that as far as the impact they've had
Yes.
on
The top 10.
I don't know what word I'm looking for.
I think I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Number 5, Aretha Franklin, Respect. Hey,
Hey, you got to respect it.
we're up. We're moving
up?
up with
That's
that one
good.
for sure.
Uh,
Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? Number 4.
That belongs there.
Ooh.
John Lennon, Imagine. Number 3. Hey.
Hey.
Number 2,
Hey.
the Rolling Stones, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. I'm gonna. I this feels biased, coming from Rolling Stone that they would pick Rolling Stones.
Yeah, because there's a connection.
I'm just look. I don't want to call out collusion here.
Conspiracy
but,
theories abound.
Just saying. Number 1 on their list, Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone.
Again.
I'm telling you, it's okay. So
this is rigged.
discount numbers 2 and 1. But anyway, I would say in that list there are at least a couple that I would say are more recognizable and had a greater impact on the world than Bohemian Rhapsody. Imagine would be up there for me, and I think Hey Jude would be up there for me as well.
I think maybe for the older generation, but like, I mean, I think my generation and younger probably don't know most of those songs.
Sure.
I might venture to say all of them. Maybe Respect, but
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing is
Beyond that, I don't know that-
they do say. I mean, it's you have to. It's your qualifier. In other words, their qualifier here on Rolling Stones is of all time.
Yep.
And when
it's
you
also
say
Anthony's.
well, Anthony's qualifier. What was yours? You said the greatest
time.
song. Greatest. No, you said the greatest song.
I said the greatest song of all time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. You did
it's the
say all
same
time.
thing.
Well, then you don't work for. You're
And I
never
still
going to
think-
work for Rolling Stones.
I think given Rolling
it.
Stone's demographic, I think that 100% Bohemian Rhapsody beats all those just because it reaches towards a younger audience
Yeah,
better.
if you Google greatest song of all time, you get "Smells Like Teen Spirit." We just talked about that.
Right.
Imagine, I think you could make an argument, one by U2, and then it has Bohemian Rhapsody at 4.
Okay. How about this? Not because we're talking about like with a little bit of recency bias, because I think everyone's going to have some bias in where they come from in picking this. But like, if we were to say the greatest song made in the last like 15 years, so that everybody here would know. I mean, does that change your? I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody wasn't included that. But is there anything in the last 15 years that would replace that for you?
Baby by Justin Bieber.
So we're
100% kidding.
I'm going to
That
tell
was
you
like 20.
the song that had the greatest impact on me the first time that I heard it, and I know that all the comments are coming, and I still love this song, though I don't listen to it as often as I did before. But "Fix You" by Coldplay was like
Yeah.
the first time I heard it, I was like, bro, this is a song. And I think it probably had to do with the great, like the scope of how big the band was at the time, like, but just that I hadn't heard anything like that before. It's more copyright dings. Copyright dings. We can't make any money off this. Anyway, it was.
I'm going to play that song.
It was an
after this.
anthem for me, and I think it's fantastic. There it is. Does anything from the last 15 years change for you if we put that qualifier on it?
The last, I have to like think. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Really hasn't been anything like, oh my god, in the last 15 years in my mind.
Sure.
Off the top of my head, at least.
All right,
Jeez,
Anthony.
that's from
well,
2005.
What-
I'm thinking back to like 1998 or something like that. No, it's 2005.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I just had to Google and like I was gonna say
What,
for
Fix You?
me it was. No, I was
just
looking
saying
to see.
in his
Oh,
mind.
gotcha,
in their
Yeah, because
mind.
Years.
you asked that, and the song that immediately jumped to mind was "Hey Ya" by Outkast. But that's
That would've been like-
17 years by now.
I was going to say, well,
It was
that would have been like
2003.
2003, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be close, but yeah, 15 years is tough.
For sure. Anyway,
All right, Anthony. Well, that's your hot take on music. We appreciate it.
Should have done your other.
Yeah, should have done one of your
Do
other
what?
ones. We should have done one of your other ones.
Dang it.
I liked it, Anthony. I thought it was a good hot take.
No, it was good.
Cool. Yeah, good stuff. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us on Disc Golf Musical Hot Takes. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, for everyone in the YouTube chat who's like, Coldplay, you know,
I hate
you know
that.
how
That's
you're
so
gay 'cause
old.
Coldplay. Okay, look,
That is so
hold on,
old.
Hold on, listen.
And worn out and tired.
You're so old.
That
That is true.
That's also true. But
And worn out
this
and
was
tired.
before like "Fix You" came out at a time where Coldplay wasn't a meme. They were like people were thinking of Coldplay as like the next U2. And in my opinion, I feel like they've probably gotten pretty close to that as far as their popularity worldwide goes.
Real quick, somebody just texted me a point that I didn't even think about.
Oh yeah.
But Bohemian Rhapsody isn't even the most popular song by Queen.
Ah, wow.
I didn't say popular though.
Oh, okay.
What is "We Are the Champions"?
Or "We
They
Will
played
Rock
at
You."
every sports game. Yeah.
"We Are the Champions" is absolutely above that in my head as far as recognizable.
Sure.
Yeah, I can
That's a
dig
good
it.
point.
Johnny V, I'm with you. "Rolling in the Deep," I think that's a pretty good one. Adele, yeah, for sure.
She Bangs by that American Idol guy.
William Hung, yes. Hilarious.
Johnny V, you never
That's
liked
good.
Coldplay? Not even in their beginning, not even from early days of Coldplay?
I liked him more earlier than I do now.
I like
Johnny was talking earlier. You go ahead, Bobby.
No, I was just saying I can pick a song from all Coldplay albums, and I mean there's some albums I enjoy more than others, but across the board, I enjoy Coldplay music.
Yeah.
Johnny V was talking earlier about the Muppets cover of Bohemian Rhapsody. That is almost superior to the original. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
Sorry, Freddie.
If you haven't seen it, it's quality.
There was a couple of other ones that I thought were worth mentioning up here. Hold on. Africa by Toto. 100% agree, Theron.
Yeah, that's a great song.
I'm on board. Eye of the Tiger needs an honorable mention. It might not, but I dig it.
Survivor.
Here, Kitty Kitty by Joe
Joe Exotic.
Oh my gosh, that Tiger King crap.
That's super funny. Kenny Loggins playing with the boys. You know the volleyball scene from Top Gun. Yes.
See, that's the thing. It's like, how many?
There's so many.
How many
Like
songs?
Kenny Rogers, Gambler. I mean, there's
How many songs are like that from or because of a movie? Like, like We Are the Champions, because they play it at every sports event. Like, what song got their, Eye of the Tiger because of Rocky?
Yeah,
What
but
got there
that
because it
made
was in the
that
movie?
made that song popular for a different generation than when they first came out with it. I don't think that song became popular for them in their era.
Okay. Here's a good one. Seven Nation Army may be the most recognizable bit of, maybe not most, but it's in the top 5 bit of music that you could hear.
Yeah.
That-
I saw that one a couple times.
You hear
too.
it and you're like, okay, that's it. Yeah. I
If
know
you
what
like
song
the
that
song
is.
Sparks, Johnny V, then you have to like the song Yellow.
Derek said Yellow was a great tune 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's fair. Mark said Never Gonna Give You Up. Mark, full disclosure, Never Gonna Give You Up is one of my favorite songs. I had it as my alarm that I woke up to many years.
Yes.
In the
the RV.
Yeah. I don't anymore because
Yeah, why did you stop?
I switched phones and I just haven't. Now I just have
Is
the
it just whatever the alarm
just like
tone
the
is?
sonar or whatever it is. But yeah, I have a deep appreciation in my heart for Rick Astley and his work. So
Hey, Eric, for my PlayStation I bought, it was on sale at Walmart. Battlefront 2,
oh nice.
Star
Nice.
Wars. I played it for
The
10.
second?
I played it for I played it for 10 minutes and I hated it.
Really?
That seems like your video game career, Bobby.
Yeah,
I bought
that's
this
true.
game, played it for 10 minutes, hated it.
Now,
2 years later, took
to
the
be
PlayStation back out.
to be fair to the game, it was an arcade style game that they allowed you to play while the real game was installing, and I couldn't wait.
Oh,
for
so it wasn't even the actual.
No, it wasn't even actual game. Because I'm trying to run and I'm trying to shoot, and it's like
Bobby, that's like leaving a movie because you didn't like the previews for
Yeah.
something else.
yeah, hey, I'm about to see U2 in concert, but this opener sucks. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm gone, man.
That's a good point. That's a good way to put it. Well, but because I was getting frustrated. Every time I tried to aim, I couldn't get it to aim at the people. Oh, I was mad. But it was cool being Kylo Ren. And I had my headphones on and it had like the Star Wars sounds and the music, and it was no.
Yes.
I'll try it again.
Now the
but-
aim portion is something totally different. That's not going to improve overnight.
Oh no, but I mean I don't
take
I
it
don't-
from
I
someone
don't
who is
like the
terrible
learning
at
curve.
aiming,
I
okay?
hate the learning curve on these video games.
That's
Just give me
welcome to video games.
Give me a air pressure machine and a gun, and let me squirt it into dragons and pump them up. I'm good.
Derek said I would
What
put.
are you?
That's
Do you want to blow balloon animals?
That's
What are
Dig
you
Dug.
I'm very confused. As
I
to
just
what-
described Dig Dug.
Oh, Dig Dug.
Derek said I would put Stairway to Heaven and Freebird on the big list. I'm surprised they haven't.
Stairway to
been
Heaven.
mentioned.
That's the one I was trying to think of.
I feel like those could be up there, yeah.
I mean, those are definitely guitar centric, but yeah.
What, Johnny V,
Sure.
you don't
I feel
like
like those
you don't
don't-
like most of U2 like at all? Like even like Where the Streets Have No Name? Still
Johnny
haven't found what I'm
V,
looking
What do you
for?
even listen to?
Come on, man.
What is Johnny? He probably like. Just,
Listen to nothing
Just
but
white noise, static.
you say T-Pain?
DMX.
Oh,
DMX, yeah.
Cool.
Can't believe you don't like YouTube.
Yeah, Spencer, we're just this is at the end. We're in the after show right now. And
Yeah, where we talk about anything we want to.
Hot Takes sometimes is about disc golf. In fact, most of the time it has been, but sometimes it's just about life stuff.
So do we want to do an after show, or I haven't been recording?
Friends in Low
We'll just-
Places. Who doesn't know every single word to that song? Robert. I'm
I got
familiar with it, but I don't
friends
know.
in low
yeah.
I don't know the words.
I know exactly the words that you just
Where
read.
Risky goes
No.
and beer
I-
chases my blues
Oh,
away. It'll be okay.
X gonna give it to you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we can after show if you have a topic for it. But
I
if not, we
don't.
can
That's the
just
thing. I
chat.
didn't think about it. Our meeting went to what 11:45. I mean, we were in meetings until like 11:45.
Yes.
So we're losing viewers left and right, though.
I will be out.
Okay. 90s grunge, early 2000s indie music. Okay, I can dig that. That's fine.
All right. So we good? We good to just end it?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right, guys.
Yep,
Thanks.
Cutter.
Thank you, YouTubers, for joining us. We appreciate it. Putting up with our silliness at the end. I will upload this.
Okay, bye, Eric.
Yeah, bye, Eric. See you. Cool. All right. Thanks, guys. We're going to end the live show. We appreciate you.
Hey, what's up, Eric?
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up?